Ladies and gentlemen, the Dr. Disrespect drama continues to go on and on and on. This is a video from the Gamer Update. Shout out to them. Dr. Disrespect calls Nickmercs little gremlin should keep his mouth shut. So let's see what these guys have to say. It seems to be getting a little spicy yet again, and Doctor is not happy. So hit that like button, subscribe. Let's get into it.
The last few days have been crazy as we've been covering the Doc versus Nickmercs and Dr. Lupo, Z-Laner, Tim the Tatman situation. In case you guys missed it all last week, there was a lot of back and forth responses after Doc had called out Nickmercs of being a phony and a pansy. He also said he would
pussy.
Accept a private apology.
That's what he said. I'm just saying, he didn't say pansy, he called him a pussy.
From people like Z-Laner and Tim the Tatman, somehow threw Dr. Lupo under the bus, and a lot of those guys didn't really say anything. Although Z-Laner at one point did make a response, which we share on this channel. Nickmercs also had the lengthiest of the responses. 15 minutes he was talking about Dr. Disrespect and how he does not take accountability and how he dresses up in a wig. Also mentions the whole Doc cheating on his wife situation. It was a lot of back and forths.
Well, you know, whatever. We already know the dude cheated on his wife. Then he's talking about, this guy met my wife. I mean, motherfucker, you cheated on her. I met her? That's the highlight here?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I shook her hand at the Super Bowl halftime for 7 minutes. Yeah, I fucking met her. She was a nice lady.
That's a long-ass handshake.
Bad for her, man. You know? I hope they figure it out. I seriously, I hope they figure it out. I hope it's great for them, man. I really do. I know it must be hard, this whole thing for them. I hope they figure it out. But I didn't go up there talking shit about his wife and his kid. I just made a little point that I think was important. How you doing this with a wife and kid? That's all I said. And I think it's a pretty fair fucking question. Because everybody thinks this guy is up on some fucking hilltop like we all pray to him or something. What are we doing? What are we fucking doing?
To which I would say by public opinion, a lot more people take in Nick's side on this because it was 6 months ago where he talked about the Doc situation on that podcast, and somehow 6 months later, Doc drug it back up just to call all those guys out, and so Nick won a lot of people over with that kind of response. It is now days later where Doc then responded to Nick's response, and I would say he escalated things with the callouts made of Nick as he refers to Nick as the little gremlin with traps, saying he should have kept his effing mouth shut. Yeah.
Doc, you see Nick's... I don't fucking care, man. I don't care what he has to say. Take accountability? Is that what he...
Take accountability for what your actions. Oh, that shit, I'm so fucking tough. I got my gold chain. Look at my traps. Look at them. I'm so fucking tough. I got accountability, but I'm going to go on a podcast and talk about someone else because I think it's just such a cool thing and my brand is dying.
Like, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care. Stop asking. I don't care. I said what I had to say to you guys, champs. Here's the thing, too, is that I'm talking to you, champs, on this channel, in my community, on my... here, right? I'm not going out. We're not going out in the social media sphere and adding somebody or clipping somebody or responding to anybody specifically. I'm talking to you, champs. But they're coming.
Didn't he call out Nickmercs, Tim the Tatman, and Dr. Lupo, all of them? Isn't that basically like adding somebody on social media? Am I wrong here?
Coming in here again, it comes down to this whole like they don't know how to stay in their own lane type of mentality, right? They don't know how to stay in their lane type of mentality. It's these fucking people are so fucking weird, man. They really are. And then they'll clip that and go, weird. Aren't you the one that's dressing up in a wig? And like... Shut up, man. These fucking poor people online are just depressed.
This is so weird to me.
They missed the entire point. You just like... The little guy, the little gremlin guy with the traps, right? The tough guy. Should have just never done anything. Should have kept his fucking mouth shut. Plain and simple. Just like a common sense person would. Like any real man would. Just shut the fuck up.
Oh my
That's
God.
All.
This guy's not happy.
So apparently Doc is very upset that people are still talking about this, despite the fact that these people had not talked about it for 6 months. And he was the one who actually brought them talking about it back up into the news.
Yeah, that's why it's very weird right now.
Nick
This is kind of
effing
odd.
weird, and also say that his brand is dying, and that is why he was bringing up such an instance, which it's hard not to fight back against that, because at that time, everybody and their mom was talking about Doc. This is during the weeks where he was, all this information was coming to light, and he had taken his giant vacation break and then came back and admitted to everything. So everyone, not just Nick, but everybody was talking about this instance 6 months ago. Like, this wasn't just some recent stream where all this stuff was brought up to keep Nick and his brand alive, which is a whole different debate if whether you're a gaming fan or a Nickmercs fan.
That's why this is all so weird, because this was 6 months ago. Why are you just bringing it up now? That's why I'm like so confused with why Doc is so upset now about it. Like, why weren't you mad back? I don't know.
But I wouldn't say his brand is going anywhere, nor did he talk about Doc to save his brand. That's just, it's not true.
Why are you talking? Why is the little guy talking? Anybody tell me? Never needed them. I know. I never have. Chance, we're rolling right now. I didn't say anything for months and months and months. And I took 2 minutes out of a broadcast. It also goes back to like my original
game is
point
he
of
playing?
these wannabe journalists that are like very, very depressed. The Jake Suckies, the other guy, I don't know what his name is. Anytime
He's going after
he
Jake
needs
now.
likes or needs to feel relevant, he just has like, you drop my name, you drop the 2 times name. All these sites, right? Anytime they need like, oh shit, we need clicks or likes, fucking say something about Doc or clip it, right? That's all. That's what they do. That's their whole.
That's the point of their channel. He's a gamer. It's called the Gamer Update. It's like news, it's like the media. So you're one of the top streamers in the gaming community. Anything you say that's crazy or anything you do that's crazy, they're gonna clip it and report it. That's how it works. Like, happens to Tim, happens to Nick, happens to Ninja, happens to all these guys. So
plan. That's their whole survival mode. But imagine like that's what you do.
I see nothing wrong with it.
That is what you do, I guess, as a career.
And then he also calls out wannabe journalists. I'm guessing you guys probably know where this one is going. He calls out Dex. He calls out me. He calls out Hunter for apparently covering this stuff, which is just a bit rich, because back in the day when we were covering all of the stuff he was in that was not controversial, he didn't seem to mind it too much. Then all of a sudden he's involved in controversy, keeps on bringing it up, keeps on calling out big name streamers, and expects us like to not talk about it. Yeah, so it is what it is. He threw his jabs in there. Also said that he had made me and given recognition early on, which I've never denied. You know, he was a big reason as to why back with Esports Talk that channel started to really grow. That doesn't mean I can't sit here and talk about what you've done. You know, that doesn't just go away just because.
Hey, respect to Jake. I mean, facts, man. Just because I don't know the history between him and Doctor, but if Doctor really did help him out, I get it. I understand why he could probably feel a little weird about this, but like, his channel is to report stuff in gaming. So he's going to report stuff in gaming. Simple as that. So I respect to Jake for that. It's not like he's saying crazy ass shits. He's literally just showing the clips and giving a little bit of his own explanation on what he thinks about it. Like, very little. It's more of a summary actually from him. And it's just letting you guys see the clips and letting you guys decide what's going on. So I don't know why he's so upset about what Jake's doing.
You are a reason that someone is doing well or better than they were before. You're a reason for someone's growth in the space. Doesn't mean they have to keep their mouth shut when you're still in the news and you're still doing crazy things and you're admitting to said things. Those things are going to get talked about no matter what you've done for said person. That being me.
Like, you just like that's. I don't even need to say anything else. That's immature, and that's some pussy shit. We've already said it. You know what I mean, champ? Right? We're over here. Always been over here in our lane. We don't care about anyone else's problems. We've never cared about anyone else's problems. Never. Right? When Valkyrie had her issues with like the blue light product and all that shit, was I out there? Dude, you fooled your entire audience, Valkyrie. Oh, God. Like, am I?
What is that? What's that about?
I didn't.
Somebody let me know in the comments what that's about. What is he talking about?
I don't care. Right? We don't care.
Who the fuck is Valkyrie?
Wannabe journalists. And Jake's got to remember who's really shouted him out first. Like, they forget. He was irrelevant. He was nothing. Who was the one that brought eyes to his product? I just want to go ahead and point that out. It's kind of a side note. It was the me. It was the two-time. Don't get a mistake and go do your research, man. Projecting a bit, Doc? Am I?
And then he also goes on to compare his situation to the Valkyrie blue light situation. He says he doesn't like
no
creators
idea who
out
that
there who
is.
kind of just sit on this drama and kind of make a living off of it, which I guess is a fair take in some regard. There are definitely streamers out there, or if you want to blame media outlets too, that have a focus whenever there's streamer drama. They talk about it whenever they get the chance. There's certainly a vein of truth in that. But to compare his situation where he admitted to inappropriately messaging a minor to the Valkyrie blue light situation, which at the time, by the way, was huge news, but those are not same storylines. All right, one is like a scam and in the beauty scene, it's a makeup product pretty much, right? The other is what we just talked about, you admitting to messaging a minor inappropriately.
Wait, makeup versus messaging a minor. Okay, one's a scam, very shitty, very, very shitty. The other one is like, I don't know.
Those are very different storylines.
Always been over here in our lane. We don't care about anyone else's problems. We've never cared about anyone else's problems. Never. Right? When Valkyrie had her issues with like the blue light product and all that shit, was I out there?
Oh, we already saw this.
Did you fooled your entire audience?
Oh my
Valkyrie.
God.
Oh God. Like, am I? No, I didn't. I don't care. Right? We don't care.
So at the end of all of this, Doc has now responded to Nickmercs again. He claims he does not care, but then he keeps on talking about all of these things and really went after Nick.
Dude, Jake,
for what he did.
watch what he
Again,
just, how he
6
said
months.
that. Watch how he said that, bro.
Nickmercs again. He claims he does not care, but then he keeps on talking about all of these things and really.
Low-key true, man. If you don't care, I mean, I get it. I get it. Like, there's some things you got to talk about. Even though you really don't care about it, you just have to bring up your side of things or whatever. But like,
really went after Nick for what he did again 6 months ago. I don't think Nick will respond again, but we'll wait and see as this story continues. But for me, at the end of all of this, the way that Doc has responded, the way that he's spoken about so many people, myself included now, it's just, I think it's really just sucky how this whole situation has gone down. It's not been fun for anyone involved, I don't think, and it hasn't been fun to really talk about either, but these things are going to get talked about. That's what makes it the news. So what do you guys think about this? Till next time, take care of yourselves. Drink up for me, right?
yeah, drink up. Man. Let me know what you guys think. Like he said, let me know what you guys think. I think that's kind of crazy. He obviously is very upset about the whole entire situation, which I get it. I understand. But again, he put himself in that situation. We have to remember this. I know there's a lot of Doc fans in there. I get it. I'm not defending what Nick did. I'm not defending what Doc did. I'm not defending anybody. I'm just being real. All right, I'm being a grown-ass man talking about this. He admitted to what he did, okay? And yes, the way the friends could have handled the situation could have been better. They could have gotten his whole entire story, messaged him on the side, called him, done whatever when all that information got out. I guess they didn't. That's pretty shitty as a friend, so I understand why he's pissed at them. But I don't understand why he's making it seem like it really does seem like he's blaming them for how everything's going on. Like, it's weird. It's a weird situation, and for him to continue to get very, very upset, and I don't get it, man. It was like 6 months ago when everything went down. He was talking about it, which again, like I said, I can understand why he's pissed off about, but it's not like he just recently did that. He talked about it 6 months ago when it was all hot, and they haven't talked about it since. So, like, you brought it up. It's weird to me. It's weird to me, especially me being a previous Doc fan. It's very weird to me. It sucks to see all this stuff, man, because they all were one of my favorites to watch. It sucks, man. So let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, subscribe. Shout out to Gamer Update again. They have all the clips brought in together. It's fucking phenomenal. Great work. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.